Hello there, welcome once more to User One Retro. Thank you again for joining me for this, a pickups video, one that I haven't done for a while. I really haven't, and I feel bad for not doing one for ages. I actually can't remember the last time I done one. I think it was when I was in the States. Yeah, the last time I was in the States, so that was Christmas last year, I think. Yes, it was Christmas last year. So, yeah, I thought I'd do one, something a bit different, and I've literally got an eclectic mix of games and whatnot for like different systems and that. And you know what? I think I'm going to start off with this one. Now, this one is a remaster of a Super Nintendo game that is actually quite expensive now to get hold of, and this was 19 quid off of eBay with free postage, and I was the only bidder, so I was quite happy to get this. And it's just as hard as I remember it, and it's Wild Guns Reloaded on the Switch. I mean, I have been collecting stuff like this, like remasters and compilations on the PlayStation, but PS4 version of this, for some reason, goes for quite a bit. And as I say, I was the only person who bid on this, and I won it for 19 quid, so I was quite happy with it. And I had a quick go of it last night, and it's still as hard as I remember. It really is as hard as I remember, but it's still good fun. It really is good fun. And it's literally, well, if you've ever wanted to be Clint Eastwood in a proper just shoot 'em out western, then you can't go wrong with Wild Guns Reloaded. Okay, now the next three are all game compilation ones. One was from eBay, and that's the first one I'm going to have a look at, and two were from Game. And this first one is the Bitmap Brothers Collection 1, which has got Speedball from the Master System, Xenon 2 from the Mega Drive, Speedball 2 Brutal Deluxe, which I do believe is the Mega Drive version. In fact, yes, I think it is. The Chaos Engine, which again I believe is the Mega Drive version. And you've also got Speedball 2100, which was from the PS1 era. I had a quick go of this yesterday. Chaos Engine is just as much fun as I remember it, and just as bloody hard. Speedball 2, I was crap. I mean, absolutely woefully crap. I mean, I just can't tell you how bad I was. It's a game that I really do need to practice. I really do. And Xenon 2 Mega Blast is, I mean, I've always liked it. I really have. It's as hard as a brick, but it's all right. It's pretty good fun, and the Mega Drive version is pretty good. And this was $17.99 off of eBay, and it came through, I think it was either the next day or the day after that, after I bought it. So, you know, I was quite happy with that. The next one was one of the first ones that I got from Game in Harlow, and for some reason they've got these Evercade cartridges tucked up on a shelf behind the till on the left. And you know, they're not really sell that well. I think they're too busy trying to sell Funko Pops and Warhammer and, you know, board games and that. I mean, since, you know, why do Game have to try and compete with, you know, like other stores selling like board games like that? Why not just focus on just video games? I don't know. I don't know. I think if they just stayed just selling computer games and that, and even like bought and sold retro games, they would probably make a bit of a killing. I know I'd be in there every single bloody day. I really would. I'd be in there every single day, you know. But anyway, I think this is probably as close as. And as I say, this was the first Evercade cartridge I bought out of Game, and this was from a couple of weeks ago, and it's the Gremlin Collection 1 cartridge, and it's got Hardcore 4x4, Actual Soccer, Utopia, Zorb, Premier Manager 97, and Brainbender. Not the best collection of games, I must admit. I mean, I like Zorb, always have, and the Mega Drive version pretty certain it's the Mega Drive version that's on here is pretty good, I must admit. I had a quick go of Hardcore 4x4, and the car was pretty hard to control. It really was, but it's one that I do need to go back to and have a good play at. I haven't played the others, but on the whole, it's I'd say it's probably one of the weaker collections. It really is. I mean, if they ever do a second cartridge of Gremlin, I'd like to see on there Switchblade 1 and 2, the Lotus series, if they can, of course. Things like K240. What are the other ones? Loaded, Reloaded. That would be an epic cartridge, and I would buy that in a heartbeat. But on the whole, it's okay. It's one for the collection, and you know. Now the third renovation. Sorry, I'll fucking give the game away. Now. The third ever. Oh fuck it. Renovation. There you go. That's the third cartridge. And this one's got 12 games on it: Arcus Odyssey, Beast Wrestler, Dino Land, El Viento, Exile, Final Zone, Gaires, Granada, Soul Dees, which was ported to the Mega CD as Soul Feast with music and, you know, more sound effects and stuff. Treasure, Valis, and Valis 3. Now, some of these games actually go for quite a bit on their own on the Mega Drive, like the original cartridge versions. But this was $17.99, and to me, that's a steal. That really is a steal. I mean, especially as like Gaires was re-released like recently, like a limited edition form with like a T-shirt, and pamphlet, and whatnot. And I think that was about 60 euros or 60 quid, something like that anyway. And boom, it just sold out instantly. And the original cartridge goes for like 80 odd quid, like the original like import. Either like the US one or the Japanese one, it's about 80 quid and up. But for $17.99, I've got it on here, so screw them. I'll just use this instead. And it's good value, very good value indeed. Now, moving on to the Mega Drive. The Mega Drive, one of my favourite consoles. Really, it's one of my favourite consoles. I mean, I still remember getting it. I think it was about 1990. Or was it 91, 92? It was one of those 3 years. It was either 1991 or 92 we got it, and I still remember playing Sonic the Hedgehog on Christmas morning, Sonic 2 as well, because we got that for Christmas, the Mega Games compilation, so we literally had 5 games to start us off, and I loved it, really did love it. I mean, I still remember PC World had a console games section, and we got Streets of Rage 2 out of there, and I still remember, this was the one in Lakeside, they had, when you went in, the console games were over in like a section over on the right hand side, and in the corner of that section they had a Street Fighter 2 arcade machine. And I remember going on that, and it was great, really was great. And as I say, we got Streets of Rage 2 out of there. I think it was about 45 quid, and I've still got the same copy to this day, and it's even got the price sticker that I peeled off and stuck inside, so it's like a little bit of memorabilia. And yeah, as I say, it's one of my favourite consoles. And these two, I've been after one of them, and the other one it was because it was cheap. And this first one, this was $7.99, I think it was, off of eBay, and it's Ren and Stimpy Show presents Stimpy's Invention. Now, I've never played this. At least I don't think I have. I can't remember if I have or not. But I did used to like Ren and Stimpy when I was younger. I really did. And I actually bought I think it was the box set with like the first and second seasons in, or the first season and half of the second, something like that anyway. And the episodes were bad. They were edited. They really were, because I still remember the episode where Ren and Stimpy say that, like, they go into like a western town, and the two sheriffs have hung everyone in town, and they run out of people to hang. So Ren and Stimpy turn up, and they turn around and they see this poster that says "Villains Wanted." I still remember it. And they say "Villains Wanted." So they go in and say, "We're your villains." So they turn around and say, "Right, okay, we want you to go and steal that horse. We'll arrest you, and then we can hang you." And they're like, "Yeah, okay." And then as soon as they arrest them, the episode's supposed to go, "Horse thieves, hang them." And then at the end, you see Ren and Stimpy on a rope They hang them. All you see is, like, you know, you don't see them hang fully. And then the two sheriffs, they go, well, what do we do now? Well, I guess they would just hang each other. So they literally get a rope out of each other's pockets and hang each other. And then they break into a song and dance. And it was just so surreal, but it was so funny. And the song was hilarious. And then when I watched the DVD release, they cut that song out. It just says Horse Thieves Hang 'em, and then it just cuts to the credits. And I was like, but the song is one of the funniest parts of the episode, and it was just cut. The episodes were so badly cut, and I ended up selling the box set. And I wasn't, it's not heartbreaking, but I was just disappointed, just really disappointed. And so, getting back onto the game eventually, after I've done my Grandpa Simpson, you know, thing, we used to tie an onion to our belt, which was the style at the time. But yeah, as soon as I saw this for like $7.99, I was like, yeah, I've got to have that, because I just really fancy playing the Ren and Stimpy game. So, and I think that was the only Mega Drive game, the only game released on the Mega Drive. Sorry, I don't know about like the other ones. I think it's Vidiots and another one as well. I can't remember, but anyway, the last of the Mega Drive releases actually ties in to this one. And it is Speedball 2 Brutal Deluxe. I won't say nothing about it because, as I literally said on the Evercade one, I played that version. I do need to play that with a proper Mega Drive pad, but it was good fun anyway. So, but yeah, that was £4 off of Facebook, off of one of the, I think it was Ultimately Rare Games, that page, and I bought something else with that, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But this one, because we're going to move on to the Commodore 64, which I came to late. I was a Spectrum lad, always have been. When it came to either Commodore 64 or Spectrum, we picked Spectrum, and we never regretted our choice. We loved me and my brother loved the Spectrum. My mum used to love playing Colin the Cleaner on it, even though he wasn't really a cleaner, he was a burglar, and he was stealing all the artifacts. But oh, well, that's what it looked like on the cover of the multi-game pack. It looked like he had like a mask across there. But apparently, no, he was a cleaner, and he was picking up the artifacts to put them back in the right place or whatever. But no, as I say, I came to the Commodore 64 later. I think it was about mid-2000s, about 2005, 2006, I think. And I bought a Commodore 64 off of the Retro Gamer Forum, off of like the market bit. And I think I only paid about £60, and it came with a few games. And this game I didn't actually know exists until a few years ago. And it's James Pond 2, codename Robocop. Now, I've got the Amiga version, sorry. I've also got a version on the PlayStation 2, because they released it on modern consoles, like PlayStation 2, Nintendo DS, I think it was released on the PlayStation 1. It's also been released on the Nintendo Switch, I think. I think it's a Switch. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'm going to have a look at that, I think. I know Putty Squad has. But no, I saw a video of this. And I think I even looked on Wikipedia as well, and it said that there was a Commodore 64 version. So that's when I went to Wikipedia, YouTube, and had a look at the video. And I must admit, I was actually pretty impressed with it. So then when a copy of this came up, I think it was a tenner, not including postage, I snapped it up because I'm a big Robocop fan. I absolutely adore the game. It's just fun. There's no violence to it. It's just a cutesy platform game with you playing the role of a fish in a robo suit that looks suspiciously like Robocop. You know, and it's just fun. It's just fun. It's a nice riff on Robocop and James Bond, but it's good fun. And I can't wait to get stuck into this one. See what that version's like. Now, the next two, both Super Nintendo titles, both from CEX. And this one was one that I got, Look at this. It's during the week. And it was 12 quid, and I think it was about £6 on the voucher still. So all in all, I got this for just under £6. And it is Super Smash TV on the Super Nintendo. Now, I had a quick go of this via emulation because I'm going to be doing a video on the Smash TV games and all the differences between the versions on that. And I must admit, it looks and it sounds near enough exactly like the arcade, but it plays a little bit slower. Of course, I'll say all this in the video. So, but it was okay. It's not a bad version. Not a bad version at all. The second game was, say, another CX purchase, and this one I got with a voucher as well. It was actually a lot cheaper than on eBay, which is a rarity, very big rarity indeed. And this one, it looks like from the back of it, it's all in German. So it's going to be fun trying this one and having everything come out in German. But I mean, it's got a standard label, so I mean, some of it's in English. Well, I've just noticed that the original Nintendo seal of quality is original Nintendo Qualitat Siegel. Seagull? Quality Seagull? I think my eyes are too old. I can't read that whatsoever. What? Fuck it. It's in German. That'll do. And it's Total Recall. Total Carnage. The hate is getting to me. It really is. Total Carnage. So it'd be nice to see if it's in English or if it's in German. But mind you though, if it's in German, it doesn't really matter because I know the basic story to this anyway, because I played this on, I think it's Midway Arcade Treasures 2. And yeah, it was good fun. So it'd be nice to see how this one plays, because I know this was released on the Amiga 1200, Amiga CD32, and the Game Boy. Yes, on the Game Boy as well. But yeah, as I say, this was a tenner, and I think on eBay this was like 14-15 quid. So I was like, well, screw it, I'll get that one instead. And I'm quite happy because I quite like Total Carnage. Now, for the final three, we're going to shift back to the Amiga, the second computer we had. I'm talking about one with a keyboard, not like a console, but an actual computer. And the first one, again, was another eBay purchase, and I got this at the same time, not eBay, Facebook purchase from the Ultimately Rare Games selling page. And I got this from the same person who I got Speedball 2 from, and it's Crossout. Now, I've got this on the Spectrum. I loved it on the Spectrum. It's hard on the Spectrum. It really, really is. And I do remember playing the Amiga version via emulation, and I did like it quite a lot. Pardon me. Done by Rainbow Arts. I've never actually seen this version before, because all the versions that I know of are all like a cardboard box, because the version I've got on the Spectrum is in a proper cardboard box. I think we got that from the Home Computer Club. But yeah, this one is in like a double dual cassette case. And I think that says Amstrad. Yeah, that says Amstrad. So what they've done is they've just taken the Amstrad box, slapped an Amiga sticker on there, bunged the disc, and those instructions, where instead of a proper instruction book. So this was either a budget release or it was a pack-in version. It might have been a pack-in version, I think, or it might have been a compilation version where they're in their separate, things. Because I do remember we got Robocop 2. Yes, Robocop 2, and it was a double dual case. on the Amiga, and that was from, I think that was from the Home Computer Club. So this might have been from the Home Computer Club. I'm gonna have to have a look on Wikipedia for that, I think. But no, it's a nice variant to have. I must admit, really nice variant to have. And I must admit, I do miss games coming in cases like this. I really, really do. It just reminds me of like my days on like the Spectrum and days on the Amiga, like getting games like this, you know, and days when you could literally go out, pay a couple of quid for a game, you got the whole game instead of having to pay another 6 quid in microtransactions for a weapon that you can unlock normally, or you know. But that's for another discussion. So yeah, cross out. Probably going to be the subject of another video, maybe. Now, the next one was another purchase of Ultimately Rare Games on Facebook, and it's the Amiga version of a game that again I've got on the Spectrum, and I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it, because I'm a big fan of the cartoon in question. Always loved the cartoon. Always used to love coming home from school, putting on Cartoon Network, and at about 10 to 4, I think it was, or was it 4 o'clock? No, it was 4 o'clock, I think. And this cartoon would come on, and I would sit there and I'd watch it, and I'd bloody enjoy it. It's Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo. Obviously, take out that little weed. I'm talking about Scooby-Doo, where are you? Scrappy-Doo can basically go and drown in a pool for all I care, the little cock cheese. Although I must admit, in this game, you do play as Scrappy-Doo, and he's got to go and save Shaggy and Scooby from the clutches of the evil Baron Von Drac. So, Scooby Scrappy-Doo. Yeah, played it last week on emulation. Just thought I'd give it a quick go. I really enjoyed it. It's just as good as the Spectrum version. In actual fact, the opening level is actually, I think the levels are completely different. So it's 2 different versions. So it's, you know, well worth getting. Well worth getting. Right. The last game I've got, again, which was from Ultimately Rare Games. And this was a game that I remember playing in the arcade. I think it was about 1990, 1991. We went to Haven Park called Seashore. And it was at Great Yarmouth. And it was near enough right on the beach. Beautiful place. And the arcades that they had there, they were absolutely fantastic. I do remember one arcade. It was just an arcade. I think they had a pool table in there as well. And they had track and field. What was it? They even had Moonwalker in there. Sega's Moonwalker, like the actual arcade machine. And a few other ones. I think they had Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja 2 Crude Dudes. I think they had R-Type in there as well. And I think they had a football game. I think it was European Football Champ by Taito, whatever. And in one of the other ones, which was in the lobby of one of the nightclubs they had on site, was this game. And I remember putting a couple of 10p's in there and having a bloody good blast of it, and I really enjoyed it. And it's a game I've been after for ages. In fact, I've got a version on the Spectrum, which is a Hit Squad tape, but it's just the tape itself. And I remember like loading it up and really, really enjoying it still. And I thought, well, I had to get a version on the Amiga. Box is in acceptable to good condition, but I had to have it anyway. And it's Super Space Invaders. And not played the Amiga version. Oh, that was... I'm going to wipe that off. Yeah, I haven't played the... Oh, whatever it is, it's bloody coming off. There we go. In fact, I think I've taken off some of the print. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, and I thought, well, I had to get the Amiga version of this and see how it plays in that. And when I next load the Amiga up, I'm going to be trying it. In fact, I think I might even take a look at this for an upcoming video as well. So yes, another one I really had to get. Many of these many of these will be subjects of upcoming videos. I'm even going to try and do a video of my Evercade collection. It's small at the moment. I need to find the boxes for some of the games and that. But no, I think I've got about 1, 2, 3. I think I've got about 8 cartridges, and I know the actual Evercade came with. I think it came with about 3, and I've bought a few in that. But no, so yeah, as I say, some of these are going to be like upcoming videos. Because what I want to try and do now is for this channel, if I buy anything for this channel, I'm going to look at it, and if some of it will go into the collection, some of it is going to be sold so that I can reinvest it in the channel and that. But I do want to try and build not an extensive collection, but obviously it's because it's going to be shipped to the States eventually, you know. But yeah, so that's it for this pickups video and extra waffling. You can't beat a bit of waffle. You really can't. Or is that awful? Is what I don't know. As I say, yeah, that's it for this pickups video. Keep your eyes on this channel for my upcoming Smash TV video, which is in the process of being scripted and recording the gameplay footage of. And as I say, I'm probably going to do a video of Robocop as well, either the gameplay of that or just a rundown of all the Robocop games. I'm going to try and do another full playthrough of a few more games. I think I might even try and do a full playthrough of World of Illusion on the Mega Drive, or even like a few other ones, something else instead. But yeah, I've got loads of stuff that I intend to do coming soon. So I'm even going to try and do another User One Retro Goes to the Movies. As I've got a few films recently that I've picked up that I need to do. I want to do a video for and review those discs and films. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching. As I say, like, subscribe, share, blah 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 blah. Wazza, and I'll see you in the next video. So take care, look after yourselves, and this is User One Retro signing off for now. Goodbye.